What's up, my nerds? Welcome back to yours truly. First nerd on the right. I'm your host, Mr. J. Lovely co-host, wife over there, Claire. And today we're going to bring you yet another Jurassic Park statue review.
Yay!
Shocker, right?
Yeah.
Totally caught me off guard with that one. Today we got Iron Studios 1/10 scale Triceratops Diorama. She's another big girl. As you can see, may not be so tall, but what she lacks in height, she surely makes up with in length. She's a long one. So be careful, don't poke your eye out with this one. She's a bit horny on the edges. Eh? You get it. In case you didn't get it, the spikes, the horns.
Thank you for explaining.
So, lots of detail on this one as well. Very heavy.
Yeah.
Iron Studios loves those heavy bases. Not complaining, just saying. Cool set here. Cool diorama. Let's get into it and show you all the little nooks and crannies. And make up your mind at the end, right? Let's get into it. So, let's start off by looking at the front side. So, remember, this is the scene when the Triceratops is sick. She's laying on the floor. You got the Jurassic Park personnel trying to figure out what's wrong with her. The guests on the Ford Explorer, Dr. Grant, Ellie, the children, they hear the dinosaur in distress and they exit the Ford Explorer and they reach the dinosaur, and this is the first up close encounter that you have with dinosaur in the movie. It's not the first dinosaur you see. Obviously you see the Brachiosaurus first, but it's not up close. This is the scene where they're literally touching them, right? It's literally in their face. Pretty cool scene. I can only imagine what the characters felt seeing a dinosaur, touching a dinosaur, hearing a dinosaur, feeling a dinosaur. Pretty cool. So here you got Dr. Grant when he puts his head up against the diaphragm, listening and feeling the dinosaur breathe, take his breaths, suck in air, blow out air. He's amazed. So here's that scene. This is the character here. Let's take him out. He has, of course, like usual, the metal peg at the bottom. And let's get a closer look at Dr. Grant. Again, clothes-wise, awesome. Looks just like the clothes he's wearing. The boots, the pants. He's got the little, I don't remember what he has in there. What is that, pocket knife or something? Little satchels on the belt. Not a fan of his face. I don't know about you guys, but that does not look like Dr. Grant. This looks like some sort of comedian pretending to be Dr. Grant. His stunt double, I guess. Not his face. Again, this is an issue that you have with Iron Studios. Personally, I check their stuff out very consistently. Their faces are pretty 50-50. Either it looks like the character or it doesn't. Unfortunately, Dr. Grant does not look like Dr. Grant. Cool thing is that you're not really going to see his face. It's up against the dinosaur. The main piece here is the Triceratops. So if you can ignore that, you're good to go. I sure did. I try to ignore that face as much as I can. Just to note, his arm did come broken on mine. Luckily it was a clean break. It has a magnet in there. So basically I just glued the magnet back on and stuck the arm back in there. Can't even tell. Clean breaks are always the best. Easy to fix. Just some regular super glue. No big deal. Goes back in the hole like so. And then there you go. Also, just to be transparent, this hand does not exactly touch the dinosaur, at least not on mine. It does have a little gap in there, but you know, I am reviewing this statue. I'm going to tell you everything, whether it's good. So Other than that little gap there, again, nothing crazy. But I just thought I'd tell you. I guess if you move his arm just a little bit, it'll be fine. It is on a magnet. Should be okay. Just be careful. Don't break anything there. I wouldn't force it if I were you. Back here, we got the little girl. She also peg on her foot. Good detail on her. The girl here, she has a peg on the bottom. I like her face. I like her clothes. Everything looks good. You got the little mud there on her pants. Again, my issue, not the biggest fan of the skin tone. Not so much the colors, the fact that there's no shadows. She looks very, I don't know, not as lively as I would hope. I feel like the face has a little more color. You have some more pinks in there. Looks a bit more alive, you know, while as you get to the arms and the hands, it just looks plastic, you know, which obviously this is not real, but it's supposed to look as real as possible, and that just throws me off. Again, just one of my pet peeves with Iron Studios, but alas, this is what you get. Still cool. You know what the character is. It looks just like her. I just really would like better skin tones, better shadowing. But that's just me. So then she just goes on her peg right there. And boom, she's in. She's not going anywhere. So back here, you see the back side of the Triceratops, or I guess technically the top side. You got the scales and the, I guess what is this, slight armament that they have here. Kind of reminds me of a Stegosaurus, but much smaller scale. Could just be a design, color choices, but it looks like bigger scales than the rest, right? You got the spikes here, the horns on the big head shield. Very cool. And then you start getting into some more characters over here. You got little Timmy, again, stud on the foot. That's all that's holding it in there. All it needs, very lightweight. This weighs nothing. I like the detail on the shoes. Very cool. You see all the little leather creases, the dirt, the dirty shoes, the dirty socks. I love the face. Again, they did a good job with that one as well. Looks like Timmy. The hair is decent. At least they have individual hairs in there this time. I don't like it when it's all just one color. Just looks like nothing, you know. This one, they did the highlights with the blonde hair. Very cool. I like it. I'll show you the difference on Ellie's hair. They didn't do any highlights at all. I guess Timmy's more of a dirty blonde, but still, I like how it looks. I like the clothes. If you get a closer look here, has Dr. Grant's book in his hand. Very nice touch. It's actually a pretty high quality image on that book, if you can see that. On such a small book, small scale like that, it's pretty cool that it looks the way it does. Looks like a real book. It is two-sided. So there it says Dinosaur Detectives. You can put either side you want. It's gonna go in his hand regardless. Just pressured in there. Nothing really holding it. I went with the Dr. Grant on the outside. Thought it looked cooler. So he just goes in there as well. Got his little stud. Goes in the hole. Bam. Now let's take a look at Dr. Ellie Sattler. I gotta take the horn off first. Again, magnetized. Each horn comes on and off. That's how it's packaged. So, just goes in there, bam. The Triceratops itself is also one piece. The only things that come off are the horns. This bad boy literally comes out of the styrofoam into the base. Boom, that's it. It's not going anywhere. Only thing that comes on and off are the horns. So then we can take her out, put the horn back in. Let's take a closer look at Dr. Ellie. Now the face. Not awesome, but it does look a lot more like Dr. Ellie Sattler than Dr. Grant over there looking like Dr. Grant. So I give better points for Dr. Ellie here. Her hair, again, full blonde. Not a lot of highlights, which is fine. I get it. At least there's a lot more detail in the hair. I like it. She has more detail than Muldoon did on The Clever Girl. And you would think for it being a smaller set, they'd be able to pump more detail into his hair. But I don't know if it's just because he's a guy and she's a girl, they put more time into her. It definitely looks like it. But I like it. It has plenty of detail that the shadows catch the hair, and it looks like good hair. Can't complain on hair. Skin tone. No, she was pretty pale anyways, so her skin's fine. No complaints on her. You don't see a lot of it anyways. She's just kneeling down over here. I love the boots, just like in the movie. Got the high socks. Looks good. This is separate. This is the little flashlight that she had. You can either have her just hold it upright. I prefer to have her holding it like if she's using it at the moment. So you literally just stick it in there. There's nothing holding in there. There's no peg. Just pressure. Her fingers are tight like that. You just shove it in there however you want. So then we'll put her back in her place. Her studs here. We'll take this horn off again. And ta-da. Now they did a good job with her. There's no spacing between her hand and the Triceratops. I'm going to move him around. You can see she's actually touching her. So again, they did a better job measuring her. And last but not least, we have the Jurassic Park employee here. He doesn't have a major part in the movie, of course, but even then so, that looks like him. I do remember him from the movie. He's got the sunglasses on. He's an older male. What is he? Looks like he's in his 50s. An experienced park warden, probably. You got the detail Jurassic Park emblem on his shirt, on his hat. Good detail with the clothes, with the boots. Again, Iron Studios does a good job with the clothes. Do a good job with the sculpts of the bodies. It's just the faces that they sometimes they don't get it. I remember I had to comment on their posts on Facebook along with many other people when they did Back to the Future. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the original sculpt that they had for Marty McFly's face was horrendous. It did not look like Marty McFly at all. A lot of people complained. Enough for them to re-sculpt his face. If you look at the face now, go on Iron Studios or wherever it is that they're selling them, that looks like Marty McFly now. Thanks to us, the fans, complaining. So if you don't like a sculpt, complain, guys. It does work. It goes a long way. Now, obviously these are older statues now. Else I would have complained about Dr. Grant every single time. But I was not collecting these things back then, so I could not complain. But in the future, if they do release more Dr. Grants with other Jurassic Park statues, dioramas, you better believe I'm going to be sending lots of messages. Fix his face. So, the base, very simple. Not a lot going on here. I feel like they could have done a little more to differentiate the dirt and the base from the Triceratops. The Triceratops, this is the color that she is. I'm not complaining about that. It's just, she blends in a lot with the dirt. If you look at her real quick, you gotta really stare at this thing to get her out of the dirt. They tried to change the color a little bit. I see some greens in here, some moss, but I don't know. She is on a, I get it in the movie, trying to be accurate. She is in a big pile of dirt. There's not much around her. She is surrounded by tall grass and whatnot, but that's like all the way out here. So I get it. There isn't much to put in here to break up the base, but I don't know. Could have done a little something. Just so she pops out just a tad bit more. Not a big deal, not huge, but, you know, just something to point out. You got the Jurassic Park emblem on the bottom as well. Typical of Iron Studios. Pretty cool. This is molded right into it. It's not a magnet like the Clever Girl one. But yeah, overall, happy with it. Pretty cool. Let's take a closer look over here at her face. Very, very good job on her sculpt. I love her snout here, looking like a beak. You know, very similar to what it was in the movie. I don't know, what is it, bone or is this? It is a bone, right? I'm pretty sure you see that in the fossils. You got her tongue there. They did a really good job with her tongue. Made it look very much like in the movie. Her tongue is abnormal, I feel, because she's sick. It's like how our tongues get when we get cotton mouth or something, right? When we're sick. So it's cool that they made that pop out like that. Love the horns. Great detail with the horns. Great detail with, again, the face shield, the eyes. They got a nice little shimmer to them. Bring it that much more back to life. Pretty cool. I like it. Detail around the eye. Got the horn here. It's a beautiful piece. I like the dinosaur. I'm just a big Jurassic Park fan in general. And here you got some of the foam that's coming out of her mouth. Again, she was like drooling or whatnot in the movie. So it's cool that they added that little piece of detail as well. Pretty cool. So, getting close to the end of the video, let's give some final thoughts. It's a great statue. I like it. Obviously, it's not as cool as the carnivores. Everyone loves big teeth, right? Everyone loves something that can kill you. But for something a little bit different, you got yourself a herbivore here. It's still a big, beautiful dinosaur.
Yeah.
I have nothing against Triceratops. I love Jurassic Park in general, so having another large piece like this, I'm a fan. I like it. It has enough detail. You see the whole Triceratops. It has a nice presence to it as well, even though it's not a big T-Rex or whatnot. I still like it. It's pretty cool. Now, let's take a look at the box real quick. This is a big girl, so she did come in a big box as well. My wife over here is going to show us the box. Pretty big. Pretty nice box too. It has each side is showing you a different side of the Triceratops. That one you see the front. This one you see the back. You got the Jurassic Park emblem here. And you see the front over there. I guess the other side, you consider it the side. But yeah, pretty cool. You can put that down. Now let's talk about the price. She's expensive. The regular price is, I believe, $900 for it. I'll be honest, I wasn't ready to spend $900 on this thing at all.
It's too much.
It's a lot of money. It's not a T-Rex. I know I said it's still cool, even though it's not a T-Rex. But the fact is, it's not a T-Rex. I'm not going to pay close to $1,000 for something that's not as cool as one of these bad boys, right? I love teeth. You love Jurassic Park most of the time because of the big bad dinosaurs. Those are the cool ones. This is cool, but not $900 cool. Now, why do I have it? Here's the thing. This bad boy was on sale for Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I think I got it for like $650, something like that.
Well,
way better than paying $900. Say $600? Yeah, I'll pay $600 for this. This is a cool piece. It's big. I'm not paying $900 for it though. I'll tell you that much. So, look for those deals, guys. I don't know how long this is gonna last on Iron Studios. I don't know how many they have left. Obviously, these pieces, once they're gone, they're gone. So, I got it at a good price at the right time. If you guys can snag one up or keep looking, I think the websites tell you when they're almost gone. So, just keep an eye on that. If you do want this, try to wait out for it for sales. I don't know when the next sale might be coming around.
I don't know.
I don't know. They're going to wait till Black Friday again. I don't know if this will be around all the way till November. I don't think these things are flying off the shelves, so you might be okay just waiting. I would if I were you. Again, just pay attention to the stock inventories. Most of these websites tell you. I know they sell it on Iron Studios directly from them. You can get it at Sideshow as well. I'm sure there's plenty of other websites out there that sell these things as well. Just think in your mind how much something like this would be worth to you and stick to that price. If it's not worth it, don't get it. It's not a must-have. I mean, it's cool. But it's, I love Jurassic Park. Obviously, yeah. I wanted it enough that I paid for it. I put a limit on these things, right? Like I tell her all the time, there's plenty of things I want, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna get it.
It's something you need.
It has to be something that I need. That's how I separate whether I'm gonna buy something or not. I want a lot of things. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go and buy everything. I'm not rich. Only the things where I go, holy crap, I need that for my collection. Now that is something that I need. Then I'll be like, all right, let me start calculating here. Let me see what money I can move around. Can I afford it? Yes or no? And if the answer is yes, boom, then we pre-order that bad boy. But if not, then hey, it's maybe someday, right?
Yeah.
But problem with these things is once they sell out, eBay, they get really expensive. Once people start selling these on their own, the prices just start...
It's kind of double.
Yeah, you start paying double.
Yeah.
So that's also something to think about. This is something that you would want later. Yeah, you might want to consider buying it at the price now. Because when later comes and you do want it, you're probably going to be spending like $2,000 for this eventually. Unfortunately, that's just the way it works with collectibles. I would never pay that much for this. So if you don't want to either, keep that in mind. Again, wait for sales if you can. Not worth full price for me. It's just the Triceratops. My opinion. I prefer the big carnivores. So, shipping, I think shipping was... It was shipped from the United States here. So I don't think I paid that much for shipping. I think, what was it, like $80 maybe? Something like that?
I think so.
And I bought some other stuff too. So it wasn't just this. So like $80 for like 3 items.
Yeah.
Because they had a lot of stuff on sale. Things were like 50-60% off, guys. So look out for those sales. Always keep an eye out on the websites. Check them regularly. You never know when something's going to be on sale. So that's all I have to say about this one. Very cool. Will definitely accent anyone's collection. It will definitely look great in your shelves. Just not worth the $900, guys. It really isn't, in my opinion. If it is to you, hey, go for it. All power to you. I don't have crap tons of money, so I have to pick and choose my battles. This is, again, right place, right time. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope this was an interesting video. Hope this gives you information you were looking for, or just fun looking, right? So have yourself a great rest of your day. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. As always, thank you for joining us. This has been First Nerd on the Right. See you, my nerds.
Bye, nerds!